This week I'm in the Breamish Valley. Breamish Valley winds through the Cheviot Hills of North Northumberland, meandering through the Northumberland National Park, home to a wide range of wildlife, trees and flowers. The ancient landscape also boasts numerous Neolithic and Bronze Age hill forts and burial sites. Starting my hike, I head towards Heartside Farm and take the track signposted on the moor. Hiking past Ritto Hill in the foreground and Dunmore Hill in the background. I'm met with views of Hedjup and Great and Little Staindrop towering above the valley below. Still following the burn of River Breamish, I come to Loebly. Still a working farm for Northumberland Estates. Carrying on along the road towards High Bleak Hope, passing through two small copses, you come to a small footbridge. The path now takes me above Rushy Syke, the small burn that runs down the valley away from the River Breamish, with Nag's Head now on my right and Insea now to my left. Here I am, sat on the side of Broadshin, looking over to Insea now and Cushat Low in the distance. It's at this point I decide to extend the hike to take in Davidsons Lane. From Broadshin I get on to Salters Road, which takes me into the forest to the lane. The Salters Road is a path that runs north and west through the English Cheviots from Alnham before joining Kennel Street just south of the border. The name Salter is often attached to roads and paths and usually signifies some connection with the salt trade. Salters Road would have been used by traders carrying salt north across the border. Some produce, however, probably came south as well, with cheaper Irish salt being smuggled back into England. Most of the business was on the west coast, but there are indications that some of it made it to the northeast. After a good old rake around the forest surrounding Davidsons Lane, I retraced my steps to explore the hills. It was a scorcher of a day, even intermittent cloud didn't shade me from the afternoon sun. Evening. It is evening. I did set off at lunchtime from Heartside and I was only going to go around the Ingram Hills, but yeah, I've ended up at Davidsons Lane on Salters Road and yeah, I'm heading back now. I'm on mile 14 and I'm not even probably halfway home back to the car. So massive like landscape around here. Love it. Hang on, I'll turn you around. Massive, humongous. The poor dog is sick of his life. He's like, how many miles are we doing a day? Look, there's Shilmore in the background there. Just bought a little hut. One owner, original features. I'm having that. I might move it on top of Cheviot. That's what I'll do. Look at that, man. Another good day in the Cheviot Hills. starting from Ingram. If anybody wants to do Davidsons Lane I know I've done it from Alwynton side. It's quite off-roading on that side and it is quite rough. I recommend doing it from hard side, like, because if you wanted you could follow the Salters Road, or you could follow the tarmac road to Low and High Bleak Hope and then just head over Salters Road, and it's a proper track, really good if anybody doesn't want to go off-roading to Davidsons Lane. I mean, you're talking 20 miles like by the time I get back to the car, but hey man, it's just good to be out, innit? If in doubt, as she says, just get out. Lads, what's happened? You've lost your coats. You look odd, I'm sorry, but you look odd. I'm not judging. Well, I am actually. Alright, okay, see ya. You do, OAP, Duke of Edinburgh Awards. Asking for a friend. So there is Coomfell on the back of Cheviot, the Cheviot. And that's called Low Cairn, where I was when I did hedge up. And Coomfell and Cheviot and Oak Up Cairn that day, I did that one as well. I think that's Nag's Head now. I'll have to check, 1 second. That's Nag's Head now. And that is Shiel Clough Head. And over there is High Cantle. And I'm heading over there past Shilmore. Oh, I want to do Shilmore, but I don't know if my legs will get us up there. We'll see. I'm going to go up the track, up that track, the steep track and the dip there, and see if I can get up Shilmore. Don't think. I might leave that for another day. Can't be bothered. Can I be asked? I'll be gutted if I walk past it. I'll see when I get to the top of the track how I'm feeling. So that's where I'm heading. Up that gnarly track. It's so steep. Like I say, I'll see when I get to it. I doubt it. I might just save that bad boy for another day. So I wasn't going to do a YouTube video. I don't think I've got enough footage for this. I might have to come back and do this again one day. Have I done a YouTube video? Well, you'll know now if I have or not. So I'm just coming up to Loebly, which is the first abandoned, well, it's actually, I don't think they use it for anything. I think maybe the shepherds use it in the winter. It seems abandoned. It's always very eerie when you go past here. However, I've just happened upon something. Let me show you. It's a killing stone for you English folk. But because we're so near the border reivers would come down here and they would pillage the farmsteadings, so they would get caught and they'd have their heads cut off on the killing stone. I mean, that could be true. I've literally just made that up as I was walking past. There you go, there's a story for you. So now I've got to go through this forest and I've literally scared myself. Dark, dark, stormy night. From high in Loebly Cope, I stay on Salters Road. This is a very steep ascent, but has incredible views. Heading up, I have Bush now on my right and Shilmore on my left. Looking down onto Little Dod. The curlew is an incredibly fascinating bird. Did you know, for example, the beak or bill of a curlew is on average 15 centimetres long? They use these long down curved bills to easily feed on the likes of worms, shellfish, insects and shrimps. The female curlew is often bigger than the male curlew, and the females usually have bigger bills. Sadly, the curlew is a species in decline. One way Northumberland National Park is protecting the curlew is by asking visitors to keep dogs on leads, especially during spring, which is breeding season, so help reduce the risk of nests being disturbed. I explore more, and as the sun begins to lower, I reflect on the afternoon I've had at Breamish Valley, the wind giving me some respite from the heat of the day, the views that continue to amaze me, the sounds of nature all around me. I appreciate every day where I live and the joy and peace this great county gives me, Northumberland. Look after our countryside. It's here for us all to enjoy. Respect the land, protect the land, enjoy the land, and leave no trace. So this walk I started at Ingram, and I drove up Ingram Valley to next to Greenside Hill and parked the car in one of the little lay-bys there, and then I walked along here up to Hartside Farm, and then I took this left. Now this tarmac road takes you to Alnham Farm. Just here, Alnham Moor Farm, which is here. So you cross over the bridge here, and then the path takes you onto this little route. Now you can go this way, but I just stayed on the tarmac because this valley, sorry, I'm trying to do this and hold the camera at the same time. This valley, which runs along the side of Megram's now, is absolutely stunning, and it's quite a little hidden gem. So you just walk along the tarmac and you're sort of on the other side of Shilmore. Hang on 1 second, which is there, just there. And you tootle along here. There's some lovely tree areas, and along here, and you run parallel with the burn, which is absolutely stunning. Didn't see a soul, not a single soul. When I first set off from the car at lunchtime, the kids from doing the Duke of Edinburgh, they passed me and they were like, "Hey missus, where's there somewhere to swim?" And I said, "Just another quarter of a mile down the road and there's a little deep bit you can swim in." And they'd walked from Alwitton the day before. Oops, sorry. There you go. And along here, I went along here, followed the road to Loebly. And then when you get to Loebly, the road keeps going, and you just follow the burn to High Bleakhope. And High Bleakhope is the little abandoned house that's there, that I'm assuming the shepherds use in the winter. And then you come along the side of High Cantle, and you go down a little track here and you cross over a footbridge, and this is just stunning here. And then you've got hills all up this side and hills all up this side. And this, on the video, couldn't remember if that was Nag's Head now or Shield Clough Head, and then I discovered it was Nag's Head. Nag's Head, Rodney. And then you come along Broad Shin. Now, tell you what's quite interesting. This is all lovely high. I think that was where Rushy Syke, just above Rushy Syke, was where I had a little pit stop for a drink and something to eat. And then you come along this path, which is Salters Road. Now here's a fence line, and you could, if you wanted, follow the fence line. Now I know it's rough, but it's doable, and you can follow the fence line up here, and it takes you onto the Pennine Way up here. There, just there's the Pennine Way, and this you could get onto. I mean, it is rough. I will do it one day because it'll be a lush walk. Takes you up onto the side of Cheviot via Scotsman's Now, etc. So anyway, let's get back to my route. So this is back on, sorry, there we go, the route here. So follow this path Salters Road, and I kept going along. You see, go this way to Davidsons Lane. I sort of double back, but first, this is all beautiful. This bit here is all beautifully tree lined. This path, absolutely gorgeous. And I went up this forest track, which is the forest track through the wood, just to see how far I could get. And they've done a lot of clearing. I actually got up to here. So that was good to know. I just wanted to have a little explore. Right, let's get back on track. So I was here. I came back to here. So this is a wide forest track where obviously the vehicles can go, the forest vehicles. And you've got to look carefully in the tree line. There's a path that goes off. And it's all beautifully lined with pine. New pine. I'm assuming they've planted. And you just follow the path down. Follow the path down, and then you go up a little bit. And you go down the steep bank at Davidsons Lane, and then there's Davidsons Lane. So I was there for a little bit and came all the way back. I'm just doing this so anybody wants to do it, you can have a look on the map and see my route. And then I went back the way I came. I had a look down here. This is lovely, and what you can do is you can follow this burn and it brings you back out at the bottom of the bank, and I came back up this way. I sort of did like a little U shape there, and then I went back on the track, followed all the way along here, then got on the River Breamish, back to High and Loebly Cope, and where's my arrow, and along here. And then when I got to Loebly Cope, I took the other track, which is a really steep climb. Anybody that knows that area knows it's a super steep climb. Apologies if you hear shouting, but Riley is on the PS next door. And this is back onto Salters Road, all the way up to Little Dodd. And then I had a mooch around here. God, I was out. I don't think I got back to the car till 9:30 or something from lunchtime. I was out for ages because I was just exploring. Had a wander down Shankburn and then back up because there was cows around here. They were absolutely fine actually with the dog. I just sort of gave them a wide berth and they were just grazing in the sunset. And then followed the burn because Rolo wanted to get in the burn along here, and then came up and back onto this track, which takes you up that hill along here, and then I was along the road back to the car.